Hello guys, we finally made it to our review. Now, quick reminder, we have a test on Friday. This will be on Delta Math. Test on Friday only, by the way. That's the only time you'll be able to access it. So guys, please keep that in mind. You have to take the test on Friday. Now, before we get to the test though, we got a review. And so what I'm going to have you guys do at the 1 minute mark is to pause the video. It should pause for you. And I want you guys to, in pencil, keyword being in pencil, try these problems for me. I've got them right here. I want you to try working these out. Then when you've done them in pencil, we'll come back, talk about them, and we can make some corrections. I'll see you after the break. Okay, welcome back. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Because there's going to be some of these that I do with you guys, and then there's going to be some that I know I can trust you to be able to look at and understand how it was done based off the answer we run through. But for these four, where it's been a while, I thought it'd be good to go back through these together. So number one, 11 times. What are we multiplying? Oh, the difference, that's subtraction of x and z. So we're multiplying 11 to x minus z. Okay, 11 times that subtraction problem. And so that would be our mathematical expression. How about this next one? 6 less than. Now that means we are subtracting from, be careful. That means that's going to be after something. We're subtracting something from 6 or by 6. What are we subtracting? 4 times a number. So 4 times a. I'm going to call that number a because we don't know what it is. Next up, the sum of 9 and a number cubed. Okay, sum means plus. So the sum of 9, so 9 plus a number, I'll call that c. And to cube something means to raise it to the third power. So 9 plus c to the third power. Number 4, the product of 5, product being multiplying. So 5 times a number, we'll call it a again, increased by 23. That means plus 23. So we're adding 23 onto that. And hopefully, you guys are feeling pretty okay about that. If not, please bring this up so we can talk about maybe what's still confusing us a little bit on these. But now let's switch gears to solving equations. So this is going to be a little bit different. Oh. So before we get into solving an equation, I want you guys to see if you can remember what our 4 steps are. See if you can remember our 4 steps here to solving an equation. Oh. We want to handle parentheses. A lot of times that means distributing, multiplying. Step 2, we want to combine like variables. If there are any variables that are the same and they're on the same side, we can mash them together. If they're on opposite sides, we're going to need to do the opposite operation to bring them over. Step 3, we're going to do the same thing, but this time combine like numbers. So just regular old numbers. And then finally, step 4, we're either going to want to multiply or divide. We're going to want to do the opposite operation. For what's attached to x? For what's attached to our variable. Keep it simple, guys. Keep it simple. Multiply or divide, the opposite operation for what's attached to our variable. So let's take a look. Number 7. Negative 22 is being multiplied to x and set equal to 66. This is a one-step equation. I'm thinking We just need to do step 4 here. If it's negative 22 times x, we're going to divide by negative 22. And so x equals negative 3. I wanted to do number 8 with you guys. So number 8, 7 minus x equals 18. There's only one variable. We need to get that 7 and move it away. We want to move numbers away from the variable. That's the whole point. So if that's a positive 7, we will subtract 7 over. Don't forget that negative stays with x. Equals 18 minus 7. You're looking at 11. And then we have negative 1. That's really a negative 1 there. Times x equals 11. So the opposite operation will be, let's divide by negative 1. And so x equals, a number divided by a negative 1 is just negative 11. How about number 9? So we start off, we want to add 5, combine that number with that number. Oh, but what are we going to do here? What are we going to do here? Well, if y is being divided by negative 2, what's the opposite operation of division? Multiplying. Let's multiply by negative 2. And when you multiply a fraction by its denominator, those cancel, because that negative 2 goes up top and cancels out. But we also have to keep things balanced, so multiply it to the right side. And y equals 12 times negative 2. Negative 24. Let's go. Okay, so I want you guys to pause and stretch. Take a quick break. So as we move on to the next page for 11 and 12, you're going to see I've still written the steps here. Guys, these steps are super important because they help keep us on track and they help us understand how we can move things away from the variable to figure out what the variable really equals. So let's look at number 11. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. And so first, I said we want to add 10 because there's no parentheses. We only have one variable. And so we're ready to combine the regular numbers. So we add 10 over. Negative 14 plus 10 is negative 4. Now what we're left with is 3 over 4. And this is being multiplied to x right now. Well, how can we solve this? We got two options, guys. Two ways to solve. The first way we could solve, you could say, okay, if this is being multiplied, I'm going to divide both sides by 3/4. So 3/4 divided by 3/4 cancels. And then using a calculator, we can do negative 4 divided by, parentheses, 3 divided by 4. Oh no, that's awful. And so you can say, okay, math, fraction, that's really negative 16 over 3. But it's kind of tough to get the fraction this way. Tough to get the fraction this way. The other way, and the way I would prefer, check this out. Is by what's called multiplying by the reciprocal. And what that means is if that's 3 over 4, the reciprocal would be 4 over 3. So if we have 3/4 times x, I could multiply by 4 times 3. Those cancel. Those cancel. X equals, got to multiply this side by 4 over 3. Negative 4 times 4, negative 16 over 3. This is the way I would honestly suggest, if you don't, especially if you don't have a calculator, to do it this way. So just flip it and multiply. Now, number 12. This is a bread and butter problem, guys. So I'm going to let you see if you got number 12 right here. X equals 7. Combine variables. I'm going to subtract 10x over to get rid of it. Okay. And then we add 5, because again, we're trying to get everything away from x. So move that 5 over, and then divide by 4. Nice work, nice work. And then the last one on this page, number 16, you've got negative 20 equals 10a, because again, we distribute, step 1. And then step 2, right here, combine our variables. And they're on the same side of the equal sign, so we can smash them together. 10a minus 3a is 7a. Step 3, if a is here, we need to move that number away from it. So we add 20 over to be with the other number. Negative 20 equals 20, or plus 20 equals, oh. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Well, guys, we still have a number being multiplied to a. Divide. 0 divided by 7. Any number divided by, or 0 divided by any number is 0. That's okay. That is A-okay. So again, pause. Take a breathe. Take a breath. So on to the third page. So number 18, we only got 2 problems left, guys. Number 18, again, no parentheses, so we can skip step 1. We go on to step 2, and we've got 2 like terms here, negative 5y and 8y on the same side. So step 2 says we can combine those. Negative 5y plus 8y gives you 3y plus 7. And some of you guys already know what the answer is going to be. You could stop right here, and if you know what you're looking at. But let's do step 2 one more time, because we have 3y and 3y, this time on opposite sides of the equal sign. So I'm going to subtract 3y over. Well, that cancels. And so you've got negative 8 equals 7. What the heck? That's not true. So what could we say here? Is there any solution for y? Nope. There's no solution for y. No solution for y here. So remember, guys, you can get no solution or infinitely many solutions, which we may see tomorrow. How about our word problem? I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. So let's remember the steps to solve a word problem. Step 1, what do? We need to find the variable. And we know that's usually in the last sentence. Find the variable, usually in the last sentence. Step 2, we need to find the total. Usually they give us a total. We need to figure out what's going to go on one side of the equation, usually by itself. And then step 3, plug the variable and the other numbers in. So those are our 3 steps. So take some time. Let's read over number 19. Okay. So step 1, our variable. Last sentence, how many Blu-rays did the customer purchase? Okay. So I'm going to go with B. That's going to be the number of Blu-rays, if I can remember how to spell it, purchased. So there's our variable. There's step 1. Step 2. If the customer's bill for the month was $64.70, boom, everything's going to add to be $64.70. There's our total. Step 3, plug the variable and other numbers in. Well, if B is the number of Blu-rays purchased, let's see, it's $11.95. It's $11.95 for each Blu-ray, so that would be $11.95 for each Blu-ray purchased. Oh, that's our variable. So times B, $11.95 times B, plus they have to pay a monthly membership fee of $4.95. So check it out, guys. We've got ourselves an equation. And I'm going to let you guys see if you can solve that for us. Go ahead and see if you can solve. All right, so we subtract $4.95 over. That's step 3. That gives us $59.75, and then we just have $11.95 being multiplied to B, so we can divide. Boom. And so B equals that divided by that gives us 5. So we bought 5 Blu-rays, or this guy did. So guys, that'll be it for today. We got one more day review, and then it is test time. One more day of review.